Hi Flosstube, it's Minnie at All X's. How's everybody been doing? It's been a while. I am just the biggest procrastinator in the world. I keep saying I'm gonna make a video. What I need to do is just keep my camera set up so when I think about something I want to share, I can just turn it on and record it. But no, I put everything away. Not that, well, it's just that I don't have the space to keep it set up, you know, without it getting knocked over. But I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. But anyway, I don't have Magic Q snaps today, but I want to thank everybody for all the comments and Christmas wishes, and thank you very much. I really appreciate it. I love my commenters. I love my subscribers. I love the fact that you come back and watch me, even though you anticipate and you sit. I leave you hanging. I leave you sitting there waiting. But you still come back and watch my videos and comment, and I really do appreciate it. So thank you very much. I know I promised a whip parade. I will show you my Stitch 9 challenge whips and what I've been doing. I wanted to give a shout out to my friend Connie G, who has started making videos. Thank you. It's about time, and I really appreciate watching them. I think she has 4 so far. So go watch Connie G. I've been knowing her for years and years. She was the moderator on a Just Cross Stitch, I think it was, what was it? About Cross Stitch forum. Oh, that was a long time ago. And she was the moderator for that group. And that's where I met her at. And we've been friends. We've been in a couple of groups on Facebook together for all these years. And she finally started making videos. So good for you. And let's see, who else do I want to give a shout out to? Oh, the Sunshine Stitchers. They've given me shout outs. They've mentioned me a couple of times. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. I love your videos. I actually laugh out loud when I'm watching your videos. Not only them, but Pam and Steph. My husband, I'll look up and he's standing at my door looking at me like, "What are you laughing at?" I'm like, "I can't help it. It's the videos." So I says, "Flosstube," and that's all I have to say. And he just leaves me alone. So, thank you. I love all the videos I've been watching. But I watch while I stitch, so I can't comment on all of them. But I do. I love the videos, and I'm into Instagram. Well, I've been showing a lot of stuff on Instagram, mainly because it is quicker. It is really quicker. Because all you gotta do is take a picture and boop, it's there. So, I've been showing some progress pictures and things on Instagram. And you can find me on Instagram at minniegray5806. That's my name on Instagram. That's the one they gave me. Okay. Let's see. Oh, and I do have a blog still that I contribute to maybe once or twice. So far it's been like maybe once or twice a year. But hopefully I'll get back to it more often. I did post last month, well, in December, I think it was. December or January. I put up all of my 2018 finishes. I posted all of I did a whip parade in my blog. But I promised I was going to do a whip parade here. So if I'm not running too long today, I'll show you all of my whips. well, all of them are active because I've stitched on. Last year I went through and I think I stitched on a little bit on each one of them. But Michelle Rudy on Farm Girl Stitches, I think it's Farm Girl Stitches, on her Instagram, or Facebook page, or Instagram, or whatever, Flosstube. She issued a Stitch 9 challenge. What you were supposed to do, what you're supposed to do is you pick 9 of your whips. It can be cross stitch, crochet, knit, which of course, you know, I can't knit or crochet. But it could be any of that. It could be sewing. It can be, I guess, any of your crafting projects that you want, and you know that it's a work in progress that you want to finish before the end of 2019. And since my hobbies consist of cross stitch, I do sew a little bit, and you know, but my main hobby is cross stitch. I picked 9 of my whips to focus on finishes for this year. And with today being the 4th of February, I already have 3 finishes of my 9. 3 of my 9 finishes, whips are finished. Now, of course, they haven't been FFO'd. Nothing I work on, practically nothing I work on and finish is ever FFO'd. But these are. I mean, these aren't. So these would join the others. Okay, so let's get started. Let's see. Did I tell you about going to New Orleans? I don't know if I did or not in my last video. We went to New Orleans in January. No, I didn't tell you about it. We went to New Orleans. It was the coldest. I don't know. Maybe I did, but it was the coldest that it's ever been in New Orleans, I believe. Or it was the coldest they had been down there for a while. But we plan on going back. But anyway, after my trip to New Orleans, what's been going on? Nothing really. We haven't had any kind of. Big announcements or anything this month. Like I said, I did join the Stitch 9 challenge for my whips. Oh, and the linens and threads mystery stitch along for 2019 with the beautiful Peacock. I started it. Yep, I did. I started it. So that'll be, I'll show you that later on in my whips too. I made some project bags. I saw everybody else making bags and I wanted to get in on the action. But I've used Vanna's tutorial, and I told you this once before, and I promised I was going to make a tutorial of my own. But you don't want to watch me doing that. I can't do it. I'll just show you. Maybe I'll show you a tutorial, but I won't show you. It won't be like Vanna's where she's doing step by step and, you know, all that. I'll show you how I do it. I'll make it. I'll do something. But I'll show you those project bags. Okay. Now, they still haven't. I told you I'm a procrastinator. I'll do stuff and then I'll leave parts of it and I'll get back to it. Now this one, I mean, they haven't been finally stitched at the top, and I have to stitch mine across the top to finish it, close it up, because this is where I turn it from. On Vanna's bags, you stitch across the bottom and, you know, you flip it out and then you stitch all the way around. Well, with these, they have vinyl on the front. They have a vinyl front. So you can't, I can't stitch all the way around through that vinyl. That's too thick. And I want to leave it like this. So anyway, here's one bag. Okay, as you can see, I love this the cats. I love it. So this is actually the lining, but I like it for the lining because you can actually see through the bag. So see, it's see-through. It's vinyl clear. So I can put the beautiful fabric, and it's directional. So instead of, you know, having it on the outside where the cats are upside down, I put it on the inside. So when you look at it this way, the cats are the right side up. When you open the bag, the cat's all right side up. Anyway, but you can put your projects in it. Well, I'll just stick this in. You can put your projects in it, you know, and then you'll see exactly what's inside without having to figure out what's inside. I love them. And then they have gotten easier and easier to make. I had this quilted material from last year. I've had it quite a while. The bags I made last year, I used the white and the red. So I decided, well, I have it here. I'm not going to make anything else other than bags out of it, so I may as well use it for the project bags. So this one, like I said, I used the red again for this one, and I used the cats for this was just a fat quarter. You just cut out the size you want your bag to be, and you match it up with the fat quarter, and the only thing you have to do is you sew on a piece of fabric here on the edge of that vinyl, so it won't have that sharp edge, and there you go. That's all. This is from a fat quarter. This fabric was a fat quarter. Same thing here. This fabric I got from Walmart. I got both of those from Walmart. This is another piece, another clear vinyl front bag. I used again the red quilted fabric. This one is needles and thread. I love it. I love it. I found this at Walmart. These are huge bags. I can get, let's see. Okay. All this stuff and I can't find. Okay, I'll use this. But you could get a whole project. A huge project inside of it. Okay, here's a chart. This is a full-size chart. It fits in the bag, has plenty of room for all your flosses, whatever else you want to carry with that project, they fit. And this is with a fat quarter of fabric, the lining. Like I say, I've had tried to find a solid, but I may eventually, once I use up my red and white quilted fabric, I may buy some more with designs on them. Who knows? And they may have solid colored linings. This one, I love it. This one was stitched from Guy Fieri's. I went to his restaurant in over the National Harbor. I think it's the National Harbor. Yeah. And these were the napkins. This was a napkin that I bought. You can buy their napkins. Yeah, they sell them in their little gift shop. I think it cost me $5 for a napkin. And I decided that I was going to make a project bag from this napkin. And as you can see, this is the whole napkin. And I found this fabric at Walmart. So this is the inside fabric. It has the clear vinyl front. Now this one was more than this fabric here was a yard. I had a yard of this fabric. This. So that's how I used it, because this napkin was a lot bigger than I could, that I would have with the back water. So this is the bag. Okay. You can flip it down. Now I have it folded. You can fold it either way. Either shorten the top part here to where it's fold down to just to the skull on the back. And of course I have to sew up the edges. But you've got this. It's a deep bag. So it fits whatever you want to carry, or you can fold it all the way down. I haven't put fasteners on these. I haven't figured out what kind of fastener I want to put on the vinyl yet. But I like them. So I put some, I sewed on the interfacing on the fabric so it wouldn't be quite as thin, and give it some stability on the inside, and throughout. And then the napkin isn't that thin either, so. But I love it. And I also have a blue one. I have a blue napkin. Same thing. And it will be another project bag with a similar Day of the Dead sugar skull lining. So those I made. I have to finish those up. Like I said, I get into a mood and I'll just, like today, I decided I was going to put up my camera and I was going to do a video. I'm also doing laundry. My machines just went off. So, okay, let's see. What else? I have a few... I haven't been buying anything. Of course, I told you I'm not doing Stitch from Stash necessarily. And, but I am trying to not buy as much until the retreats come this summer, because I know there are going to be a lot of fabric and charts that I'll want. I'm making a list. But the few things that I have ordered was, one of them was this calendar. I saw a few people on Facebook and Instagram show this calendar. It's beautiful. Well, I mean, I always have a big calendar, and you can always use a big calendar. I love it. But it also came with cross-stitch charts. And they conveniently put the charts, instead of they put the pictures in the calendar, but they separated the actual charts, so you won't have to work from the calendar to work on any of the charts. I show you a picture of the chart. You have an elephant, tree of life, a cat. You have Washington. Let's see, Seattle, I believe that is. Yes, Seattle. Hummingbird. I'm not sure what that is called. This. I don't know what this is called. No, I didn't have a name here in the book. This giraffe, turtle. That's a hold. I'll get them. I'll get them here. Okay, these bigger pictures I show you this way. The tree of life, a Mandela owl. The elephant. You see, these are the charts. They give you that picture. They give you a chart with the symbols one page with just the colors, and then one page with colors and symbols, and then in black and white. So however you prefer your charts, they've taken care of that too. So there's the elephant. I love this cat, the Mandela cat. The Mandela Seattle. So it is Seattle. They have the hummingbird. And they just call this the Mandela hand. That's all it's called. So, yeah. The hand. The giraffe. There's a turtle. Somebody, I can't remember now exactly who it started the turtle, but it's gorgeous. They showed it on Facebook. Look at New York. I may have to do that one. You have a fox. Love the fox. And lotus. That's what it is. It's a lotus plant. So, those are gorgeous. I love them. So, and like I said, the calendar is great. It's a great, calendar for your wall. But of course, you know me, I bought it for the charts. Let's see, I received my, I think I showed you this one was a gift, but I have, I selected a fabric to go to stitch this on, and it was a Silk Weaver Cashel solo die. Peachy is peach. It's a lot warmer colors than what you're seeing, but I think it would be fantastic for this chart of the Victorian lady would go on here great. So I kitted that portion up. These are some, like I said, I did a few purchases. This one I get from the last stitch night I went to at In Stitches, which is my LNS. And I was watching, it was funny, I was watching Kathy Haberman, and she was in the middle of her video, and she received a phone call. She had to pause her video, and she came back and she said that was a friend of hers from, it was Ellen from In Stitches. Now I know Ellen at In Stitches. That's my local needlework store, and that's the owner of my local needlework store, Ellen. What a coincidence. Anyway, I bought this at In Stitches. It is a Prairie Schooler, and it's one of the cardstock copies, the older copies. But I love it. It's Signs of Spring, and I think I saw Terry Montgomery was working on that rabbit. I love those rabbits. They're cute. They are so cute. I'm going to have to start one of those pretty soon. Spring is coming, so that's one of my purchases. I think these were in the markdown. I believe these, I got all these from, well, I got them all from In Stitches, I know. But I believe these were in the markdown or 50% off basket. This one is a snippet from Lizzie Kate Old School Santa 2016 snippet. And it also has the button pack. I saw a few people doing this and I liked it. So I'll have to do that one for next Christmas. And of course, now that I have my Smokey, I love my cat. This is another snippet from Lizzie Kate. I love my cat. And then What Bird from Lizzie Kate. Cat lovers. I don't know if you have these or not, Stephanie. Let me know if you would like to stitch either one of those. I can send them to you when I'm done. This is also Retirement Crazy, number 136. I think Pam has this or has stitched some of these. I'm not sure. But these are all, I think, in the markdown half price basket, so pick those up. This one I had saw on McKenna's 1884 sampler 1884 shop. So it was sold out. I wanted to order it when I first saw it, but it had already sold out. And she reordered. So when I saw that she had gotten them in, I immediately put in my "me please" and put in my order, and I received it in like 3 or 4 days. So thank you, McKenna. Appreciate it. I like that. I love that. Okay. So those are my purchases. So I haven't spent much. I'm trying to behave myself. Trying to be a good girl. Now, my husband and I are going on another cruise. It's on the Carnival, the biggest one they have now. So I'll have pictures of that in my next video. I want to show you the linens and threads mystery sampler, mystery stitch along that I started. Well, I started in January when they had brought out the first chart, and I finished my Peacock. And the first, well, they released the second part, which was for February, which is this border here, this border. From what I understand, there's another border to be added, so I've got enough space. So, but I've been working on this for the last few days to get that border done. And I stole the idea from another lady. I can't remember her name right now, but she's on the Linens and Threads Facebook page, and I stole her idea. I let her know until I stole it. She was amused, I guess. She wasn't offended, put it that way. And but I explained to her I loved her idea so much that I wanted to use that. And what I've done is, well, let me, I moved the whole thing, didn't I? Okay. Okay, what I'll do is I'll share with you what I've been using. Now for my Peacock, I used, his body is variegated, and these are all DMC flosses. Sorry. These are all DMC flosses. And so the original floss was the DMC 4025, which is that. It's variegated. $40.25. And I went online and there's a chart. You can find a breakdown chart. And it breaks down the actual other colors that's used in this variegation. Yeah, this is, oh, I had cut down the plastic. Anyway, 40.25. So I went on, like I said, went online. I found the breakdown, and 3 of the colors in that breakdown was 3809, which is the darker, 3810, which is a little bit lighter, and then 595. No, 598. So these are the 3 that I used. Don't have a white piece of paper to hold these up over. Okay. Okay, there you go. And as you can see, the variation in those colors are combined in this. So I pulled out those colors, and that's what the Peacock is done with. His legs are made. His legs are stitched with 167. So that's the Peacock, and the pathway, as they were calling this, a path or a garden path, because this is a garden peacock. It's a peacock's garden. Okay, so the inside of the path, the stone or bricks or pathway inside is 4140 DMC, and the outer edge, the green, is 4066. Is this number 4066, which is this, and it goes from a dark green to a light green. And so this is what I've been working on. This is what I've been working on through January and the start of February. And I made my own needle minder. It reminds me of a peacock because it's the turquoise in it. Okay, so that's my linens and threads. That's my wheel. Okay, for my stitch 9, I start with the 3 finishes. My stitch 9, let me get my little booklet here. My notebook. Okay. I put all 9 of my, my stitch 9, challenge stitch 9 charts, whips in my Tiny Decision app on my phone. So when I'm confused about which whip I'm going to pull out and work on, I just spin the wheel. So I spun my wheel, And the first one that came out was hot chocolate. I don't know, the light just washing it out. Let me see if I can turn you guys a little bit. Okay. Okay, there it is. Hot chocolate. And I finished it. So that's a finish. It's not, I don't think it's my first finish of 2019. Trying to think, I can't remember now of what I finished, what my first finish for 2019 was. But this was my first Stitch 9 finish, challenge finish. And I love it. I love it. That fabric is kind of thin, you can see through it. But it's a cashel linen. It's 28 count. And the color of the fabric is coffee bean. Okay. This one is Seeds of Freedom. This, I think this is Plum Street. I can't remember now. It's Plum Street or Little House. Let me look. Okay, I can tell you exactly. Okay. Let's see. Hot Chocolate was from Hot Chocolate. That one was Alexandra Elzate. The hot chocolate. Okay. Let's see. Seeds of Freedom. It was neither one that I said it was. It was Silver Creek Sampler. Silver Creek Samplers. Okay. So, here we go. I'll show you the, you can't see the whole thing back here, from back here, I don't think. So I'll bring it in. This is the top, from the top. And it says, "'Twas 1861, the Civil War had just begun. In 1863, Lincoln declared all slaves free. In 1865, few good men were left alive. I'll pay respect to all I owe, and help their seeds of freedom grow." So, here we go. This is done on a 28 count Monaco, 28 count even weave that I coffee and tea dyed using Vanna's coffee and tea dye tutorial instructions. And I tea dyed it myself. So I love it. I love that look. It makes it look, has an antique like look to it. The next one is I believe this is Little House Needleworks. Let me see how close I am to the truth on that one. I'm correct. Little House Needleworks alphabet. The needlework alphabet. And it's done on a 28 count Cashel linen in summer khaki with DMC flosses. And you can't see through. You can see through this one too. Okay, here's the top. The only variegated floss I used, I did use one, was for her dress. Because it was a large space. That was the only thing that had the largest space. And I used that color. I used that variegated floss for her dress. The rest of them, I just used DMC. Or the DMC conversion. They call for Classic Colorworks, but I used the DMC conversions. And I added, her buttons were supposed to be, I think they were supposed to be white. I don't know if you can see them, but I used a little gold filament fibers in there. So it's gold. Just golden buttons. Okay, so those are my 3 finishes of my Stitch 9 challenge so far this year. I've worked on a couple more, but they weren't finishes. Let's see which one. Oh, I worked on my little Chicago. And no, I haven't taken them out of the bags, so it'd be crinkly. But I worked on my little Chicago. I worked on this tower. I worked on this side over here. I thought I could finish, but... And then I got the water started here, which goes all the way across, I believe. So I've got a little bit more water to do down here, and then I'll have a finish on this one. So there's not a lot left on this one. So I will get this one, definitely will get this one finished the next time it comes up on my rotation, on my wheel. And it's a Stitch 9 challenge, so I don't have to work on just those whips. One thing I did start, this was a gift, and it's not quite finished. Well, it's not finished yet. The stitching is done. This is a Biscore New that was part of Joan Elliott's class that she gave at Needleworkers Delight, and this was the chart that she designed for that class. And so the stitching is done. As you can see, there's the 4 little maidens, fairies. There's 4 of them. I changed their skin color. They have this has beads on it. This is the back portion. And there's supposed to be beads on this. So I have not done the beading yet. So I don't know when I'll finish this. It's not one of my Stitch 9 challenge. So like I said, I don't know when I'll work on that one again. Another Stitch challenge, Stitch 9 challenge, is Alphaba. And I've only got a couple little sections before this one is a finish. Everything I hold up here is you can see through it. Okay, there we go. I need one of those boards. Okay, there you go. There's only a couple other sections up top around the green around her, around the top of her hat, and she'll be a finish. So this one will be a finish before the end of 2019. Another of my Stitch 9 is School Tidings. I have a sleeve to do, and this will be a finish. So this is a Stitch 9 that will be finished by the end of the year. Well, before the end of the year. This is another small one. This one I started at the Stitch Fest in Herndon last year. It's Halloween treats. Yeah, Little Susie from Trail Creek Farm. Don't know why I didn't finish it there. My magnets are stuck together. Oh, I see why. Couldn't think of why I would have two magnets on here, but they're set. They're bacon and eggs. And this says Halloween treats can't be beat. They're fun to eat. I couldn't read it off the card. But yeah, that's a soon to be finish. It's another one of my Stitch 9. The next one is Carriage House Samplings, Comfort Lighthouse. I love this. I love the blues, and the fabric's perfect. I love it. I believe Pam from Pam and Steph, Just Keep Stitching. I think she did this one, and I think she enabled me to get this chart. Okay, I'm going to take a slight pause, load some more laundry, and I'll be right back. Okay, so get back to showing my Book 9 challenge, my Stitch 9 challenge. Okay, this one is Serena from Lila Studios. And I worked on this some. I have a treasure chest in, and I've got the seaweed from this side to do on this side. It's mirrored on this side, so that won't take long for a finish. I worked on this once this year already, and it was more than I thought to finish it, so that's why it got put away. I worked on it enough till I was a little tired of it. Okay, this is a Valenti cross stitch, and I love yoga. This is on an 18 count Ada. And this is where I am. I think I have maybe 7 or 8 more little ladies to add, and then I have to stitch in, back stitch their hands, their arms and legs on these. So I'm a little halfway done on that one. This is Manny Di Donna, and it's life, liberty, and happiness is the name of the chart. This one, all of the writing, all of the letters. Oh, I'm showing you the back. Okay, all of the letters is stitched 1 over 1. The people are 2 over 2. The flag is 2 over 2. But all of the lettering, all the writing, the words are over 1. 1 over 1. And this is on, this is stitched on a 30 count linen. Yeah, it's on the 30 count linen. So it's 1 over 1 on 30 count. Whew. That one. But I believe I've got one line. I'm trying to think, how much more lettering do I have to go? Well, I've got quite a bit. I've got 2 more lines of wording to go. 2.5 more lines of wording to go. So it's going to be a while on that one. But I can get it done before the end of the year. Somebody has come here and wants to say hi. Come on. Come in. No, come. Somebody has come to be nosy. Look, boo-boo. Look at the kitty. Yeah, you see? You see the kitty cat? Huh? Somebody was sleeping, and they heard Mama talking. Okay. Alright. Scooch boots. Alright. The next one is my vintage cat. And this is where I am on this one. so not too much. Finish up the ear, outline the top of the head, and color the eye. And that'll be a finish. Oh, excuse me. And my last Stitch 9 challenge is my vintage fox. Alice Allen. So was the vintage cat by Alice Allen on Etsy. And this is where I am on the vintage cat. I mean fox. So I've got a quarter to go. So those are my Stitch 9 challenge for the year. The group, the Stitch Along, is sponsored by Michelle Rudy, Farm Girl Stitches. You can find her on Facebook and Instagram. I got some new containers for my whips and some of my kitted projects. So I'm going to move this one over here. Okay, now I can get to my other whips. Or maybe it's too long. So what I'll do is I thank you all for watching, and I'll do a part 2 and show you the rest of my whips. See you next time. Bye-bye.